It was a warm Friday afternoon on May 8th when a gaggle of young bright-faced ruffians ran up and down Michelle Drive doing anything to occupy their time while they waited all night for their friend Phil's parents to finally leave for Philly. Very anxious and excited to have the house unsupervised all night, me and the rest of my friends waited for what seemed like an eternity until 7 o'clock came around, and it was time for Phil's parents to depart for the night. As they were pulling out of the driveway, the last thing that the phones told all of us was, "Don't burn our house down." We all laughed and waved goodbye to the parents, while in the back of our skulls we thought of the fun we are going to have. As soon as the car was out of sight, we all ran inside and started doing anything we could to have some fun. Rum-pum-pum-pum. It was a magical night full of laughs, food, and chilling with my best buds. But before I knew it, it was already 2 in the morning, and I was ready for sleep. I was so tired, ready for sleep, so I was headed up the steps. But on my way upstairs, Phil stopped me. He said, "Hey man, we should totally smoke a cigarette in the garage before bed." "I don't know, Phil," I said, but peer pressure got the best of me, so we headed for the garage to do the dirty deed. But we had a good talk, long talk. Life changes, life stories. You grow old, you learn. But we were done our cigarettes, so I stomped mine out on the concrete floor, and Phil put his out in the ashtray, and then dumped the ashes in a trash can. Bum bum bum. I was going to sleep in Phil's little brother Pete's room because it was always cold and there was an extra bed. Unlike Phil's room, his was hot and stuffy. Maybe that's 'cause Phil's a hot and stuffy person. I don't know. But I was so sleepy I just passed right out watching Nitro Circus on MTV. You know, the one show with those guys doing stunts. Oh, yeah. I woke up and I couldn't breathe, and it was dark, very dark, even though I went to bed with the TV on right across me. But I couldn't breathe. Oh, smoke everywhere. So I laid down on the ground and I called Pete's name. "Peter, Peter, Peter!" Pete woke up, and he was just as scared as I was. We were joking. We needed to find the door. We were frightened. So we started lunging. I smashed right into a fish tank, and then Pete opened the door, and I crawled out onto the steps. I looked down the steps, and I saw an orange glow from outside. I ran out the front door and looked to my right, and the garage was on fire. We ran into his neighbor's house. I was pantsless, and the whole house was up in flames. Phil was a terrible wreck. Oh, it was quite the sight to see, I tell you. By the time the firemen got there, the whole house had been burnt. Our parents were there by then, and, well, let's just say they weren't very happy. But we learned a life lesson. Life is more precious than fire. Sure, you can lose material items, but losing a life is irreplaceable. Go to Target, buy, new clothes, but go to Target, buy a new life? I've never heard of that. Have you? Until next time, fellow listeners, this is your boy,